Well, hello YouTuber, this video is going to be about my everyday carry or traveling kit. The rarely times that I do carry my weapons. For that I'm going to talk about all my items. The first item you're going to need is going to be your identification and your license to carry. Just because you can buy weapons all over the United States does not authorize you to carry weapons. Owning something, carrying weapons, it's something completely different. You can get the course and the prices vary from 50 to 80 depending on the amount of training that is going to be included, how many hours it's going to be, instructors and experience and backgrounds, etc, etc. Your ID and your certifications. This is a certification that certifies you did not show any funny behavior, you didn't show any phobia or any psychiatrist behavior when you were target shooting for the first time, or getting familiar with defensive firearm classes. But it's not a private security certification, it's not a military certification, it's not a government certification. It's only a license to carry. It is not a license to use deadly force. It does not protect you on any court or anything, just a license to carry. The next item, it would be your cell phone. If you ever need to use deadly force because it was inevitable to defend your life, the life of your loved ones, or many other reasons why people need to use a deadly force in today's environment, you're going to have to call the authorities and give them a minimum report about why and what happened. First of all, you should identify yourself, the name, the place, how you're dressed, and a minimum description of all the subsets. Because when the police officers arrive, what they might see only will be one dead person or several dead person. It's going to be a person holding a weapon. So identify yourself, give them a minimum information, very simplified, so you make things easier on both ways. Next is going to be your weapon of preference. I like a 6 Hour, but I've also shot plenty of Smith & Wesson. I like the M&P model, and I've shot occasionally a couple of times on Glocks. Either one of the three are extensively used by the U.S. Police Agency. I meant 6 Hour, Smith & Wesson, and Glock. Either one of them you can't go wrong. They're extremely used all over. Your ammunition, I would highly recommend you to use only hollow point ammunition. If you're using full metal jacket and you shoot someone that you were defending your life or your loved ones, and the full metal jacket ammunition have the capacity to over penetrate, and somehow that ammunition pass went through that person and hit a bystander, you will be held responsible and accountable for where the bullets went if you are really bad at shooting. Because just because you got your license and you never practice and you miss your shots and your shots went through walls and you hit bystander, you will be held accountable for those bullets out of your firearms. The next items I like to carry is going to be my pocket knife. This is made by Tac Force. I know the internet is going to jump over me because I'm supposed to spend $200 on a pocket knife. This is all I got, and it costs less than 13 bucks. I got the glass cutter, the glass breaker on the back. I have the seatbelt cutter over here, and I have the knife over here. I got two of them. This one is the one with serrations. I made a mistake. If you ever need to sharpen the one with serration, you're gonna have a hell of a hard time. So try to buy the one with just a single blade. Don't go tactical, it's just unnecessary. This is very pocketable. I got it on my jeans. It doesn't draw a lot of attention. It's only 4 inches blade, so I believe even without a concealed carry, a lot of the police officers, they will be very flexible, not necessarily with a license to carry. My next item will be a sunglass. In the state of Florida, when it gets in the 80s, 90s, the glare is really not really comfortable, and you might lose some of the visibility while aiming, etc. It is very important to keep a watch with you at all times. If you ever need to call the agency, the police officer, about the deadly force incident, you have to tell exactly what time. And for appointment, this is indispensable. On the side, I have the extra items. This is pretty much what I carry on my car, but I never carry any of those with me. I got a flashlight. Doesn't have to be the latest and greatest, the most expensive. I have a boot knife. This is made by Smith & Wesson. It's a dagger type. It is not perfectly balanced, but if with training you can throw it, and you can, it's really, what can go wrong with a dagger for defense purpose. Unless you have huge hands. I have a medium small hands. If you have huge hands, don't go for it because it's quite small, the handle itself. And I have an extra magazine. This is only on my car. I never carry 2 magazines. If you ever need to use deadly force, it's supposed to engage, break, call the police, I feel kind of rare about those people who carry forward a magazine with them. Like, I mean, that amount of firepower, to me, those people that just watch a lot of TV, to me, that's not right. This is pretty much my main kit. The next advices I would give to you. I've seen some people who carry firearms and they're very easy to identify because they advertise a gun brand on their clothes, or they advertise a gun related product in their car on stickers, or they have a gun brands in their mailbox outside their house, or they have gun related items like flags in the outside their house. Just remember, there are people who are survivors of gun incidents by guns being used by criminals, where they were victims of home invasions, carjack, mug, robberies, and sadly, in some occasions, some women have been raped because they were not armed. They became victims. Always, some of those people, they opt to defend themselves and arm themselves and never ever anymore become victims again. But some people, they develop certain phobias. So when they see people that with gun advertisement or marks, they cannot target them. Don't make yourself an easy target of those people with phobias. Don't make yourself an easy target of those anti-gun organizations and groups. So another recommendation I would give you is, whatever you're going to be used on your everyday carry or traveling kit or personal protection kit, make sure, keep in mind, whatever you use, if you ever need to use deadly force, it's going to be held as evidence. So if you want to spend $5,000 on a custom made weapon, that's fine with you, go ahead. So I just keep things factory. If it was you have a lot of aftermarket replacement parts, a lot of them, they will void your warranties. Another thing to consider with your everyday carry, never ever ever put any kind of those messages, born to kill, now you are, you know, the word, wrong house, things like that. Because all those messages, all those letters, all those wordings, all those call symbols, and now the welcome to heaven, I'll have it, whatever messages you're having on your firearms, all those are going to be used in a court against you by the lawyer. Alright friends, this is all I got to present for you today. I hope you like it. Give it a like, subscribe, and share it among your friends. As usual, thank you so much for your time.